What it was like, that is probably the worst feeling, just not knowing where you're going to go. Having to walk around basically until you find a place to go sit down for a while, like even calling up friends and just going over just to sit down and get warm for a little while, or having to go do illegal things to come up with money to get a hotel room, or things that you wouldn't normally do. And I owned my own home before my addiction, so going from owning my own home to not having a home, that was hard. That was pretty devastating, and something that I think kept me out there for a lot longer than what I would have liked to have been. It's a pretty desperate feeling when you're just sitting there not knowing where to go. And then with being in addiction, I was a heroin addict, so I had to keep myself well, and then there's that. And when you don't have a solid place to stay, like I remember always thinking, if I just had somewhere where I could just lay for 2 weeks and just be sick and get over it, then I could do this. But it was always, I'd have to wake up, hustle up money to have a place to stay, or hustle up drugs so that I could go stay at somebody's house, because that was basically your ticket through the door. I spent a year in county jail, and then I got the opportunity to get into Rock Court, and Rock Court is 100% changing my life. I can't say enough good things about it. When I was in jail and was talking about getting into Rock Court, a lot of people were like, don't do it, you're just putting out the inevitable, and unless you really want to quit, you don't do the program. And it was like, I want that help. Like, I could have gone to prison and I wouldn't have been in prison as long as I'll be in the program, so I would have been done with everything sooner. But I felt like if I went to prison, I would have came out in the same situation that I was in. And I knew that because I had been in jail for a year and got out for 6 days and had to turn myself back in. But during those 6 days, I found myself out on the street again. And it just in 6 days. I mean, my probation officer, Steve, is amazing. They're so supportive. When they say that they're really here for you, if you just open up and be honest about everything, like they really are. It's a great program. I mean, there's no way that you can turn that there's not somebody there to help you with the situation. No matter what, they're not going to let you fall. Like, you really have to want to fail to not pass the program. And so that has saved my life. If I wouldn't have gone to inpatient treatment, I don't think that I would have been able to do it either, because people used to always ask me, why do you stay, or why can't you just stay clean? And well, I didn't want to, because I was using to numb, and I didn't know how to get through those feelings of what was making me want to use and everything. And so going through inpatient, it gave me that safety net of, like, I didn't have to try and find a place to stay that night. I didn't have to try and find my next meal. I just got to be safe and have people there that cared about me, and I got to talk about what I was going through and the issues that were making me want to numb and not, want to feel and everything. And so that's when I really learned what recovery is. And it's not just staying clean. Recovery is a whole new lifestyle, and it's amazing. Since I've gotten out of inpatient, I lived at Rogue Retreat in one of the houses, the group living, and now I'm in the STAR program. And then from there, I'll probably try and get into an Oxford or into my own place. I have stable work now, and I'm going to be working with Nathan Beard to be, try to get back into dental assisting and stuff. And so just, taking baby steps.